Here is what it does. If you wanted to know the benefits of the open house and the benefits of the featured, there's also little brochures. You guys can print those out. Back to the front page. In the showings, I don't know, has anyone here done a showing packet from Listing Book, folks? Anybody else? One? Users over there? Any good, bad, or indifferent from it?
They're good. They don't. There's a lot of wasted paper. You have to sort of pull a lot of sheets out. You kill a lot of trees when you print it all up. But there's good stuff in there.
Okay. Anybody else?
What do you think was good?
Well, let's kind of show you real quick how to use it, because there's one thing that I'm going to talk about the open house packet, because I'm going to talk a little bit about how to market at open houses, okay, so that you get more listings. Let's show you how to do that. Let's say that Jane here, oh no, Jane didn't have a login, right? I have to remember, I have to get her off completely. I'm going to go into Donna here. By the way, do you guys know what those little yellow marks mean? There could be something wrong with their account. They haven't logged in 30 days or things like that. That's why those, or they haven't logged in at all. And if you click on it, it'll actually tell you exactly what it is, okay? Let's take a look. I'm going to go into her Home Finder results, which means her search. Home Finder means search. And if you take a look, do you see these little cars here? That means that this is where I schedule it from. The green face means that this is everything she asked that she needed to have in a property that was perfect for her. The goggles means that she actually opened up the property. If there was a thumbs up, that meant that there was a favorite that she actually liked. She's left me a note. I left her a note. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and schedule this for her. Now, when you go into Listing Book, they did one thing so right here. I love this screen. It comes up, it gives you a picture of the house that you need to make the appointment for, and it gives you the information of the agent and their office so that you can go ahead and call them to set up the appointment. Nice. I don't have to look anywhere else. It's right here. And then down below, it tells me what day did I want to schedule it for. So let's say I wanted to schedule it for Saturday. I don't even know if that's Saturday. For 1 o'clock, 1 hour duration, that's fine. I could say it's a second showing, third showing, it's a preview. I can actually remind myself why I saw this property. So I'm going to go say to show. I can tell it if I'm the agency, then I pick my client for who it is. Notice I'm in there a lot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And then it says, is this the property that you scheduled the appointment for this day and this time? Yes. And if you take a look, it says, great. Now this is not confirmed unless you call that office. So it doesn't do it through here. You actually have to make the phone call. So there it is. And if I wanted to go see my showings, I can click here. If I just wanted to click here and cancel there, we're done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the front page, and I'm going to go into my showings, because this is where I printed my packet. By the way, a day before you go on your showing, it tells you and your buyer, reminds you that you have a showing, and the day of that showing, it also reminds you that you have a showing with them. So it's kind of, hey Joe, we've got a showing tomorrow, don't forget. And oh, by the way, I forgot, I bought tickets to the movies. I've done that. All right, so Saturday, November 7th, there it is. If I wanted to print up this packet, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. Now, it says all buyers, I can choose who I was actually doing it for. I can say today's showings or all upcoming showings, okay? And then it will help me print this up. Now the agent list, that's just a brief summary of the properties. If I wanted details or I don't want the details on the property, I don't have to print those out, but that has the other agent's information. So I may want to take that with me. Now it does a cover sheet for my buyer, it does a showing summary, the property details for my buyer, property image, and a property checklist. Which, by the way, write that down. Use your property checklist for your first public open house. And I'm going to explain. Showing packet. This is going to appear in a second. Sorry about the waste of paper. I'm telling you, I'm not being a title rep anymore. I'm very sensitive to color printing. It hurts. I tell my kids, pull out those markers. Let's fill in the blanks. All right, so let's show you what this looks like. This is a summary. If I had 6 properties, it'd be one right after the other, and that would be for me. Scroll down a little further. Here's the agent printout for me that I can have in my hand while we go and see these. There's the agent information. There's the cover sheet for my client with my information. There's the summary, then it gives them the summary, okay? Then it also gives them a client printout, not an agent printout, no agent information, okay? And then the checkoff list. Did you guys see this? This is what I was talking about. This sheet right here, not only is it great for your buyer, you can make a copy of it, send it to the seller's agent, so that the agent can take that straight to their seller and show them exactly what your buyer said rather than you having to explain. Then they have to change it up and say, well, they think there was a scent in the house. They can go, no, down at the bottom it says it smells like cat. Did you see that? She's laughing over there. Yeah, does it happen? Too much curry in the house. It's in there. But so I've actually tell people this is a great sheet. If you can get this sheet printed up for your open houses, it's a great sheet. You'll have it on a table and ask the buyers as they're leaving the house to fill it out so that you can give it to the seller at the end of the first public open house. It's a great sheet for you to use, and somebody had given me that technique. Now, let's talk about open house, to talk about how we can actually use this. Now, I'm going to give you guys somebody's formula that I worked for. If I can get this up here.
That will scratch the tabletop. So we need to put magazines underneath it otherwise, and then maybe the guys could help.
Well, it's all right. We'll talk about it. You guys can write it and you guys can do it. I don't have to write it. I just like to do it because it reinforces what you guys are talking about. I'm going to give you an agent who I worked for back in '89. He was a door knocker. He made $350,000 by door knocking. Now, a lot of us don't like door knocking because it's a lot of work. We don't like the rejection. We don't like a lot of that feelings that comes with door knocking. But he did it very successfully. But he was also a great lister. He carried anywhere from 7 to 10 listings. So I'm going to give you some of his secrets and show you how to incorporate listing book into it. Okay? So he would say, my only job when I get a listing is to get another listing. My only job when I get a listing is to get another listing. This was back in San Diego in '89 when the market took a crash, believe it or not. Interest rates were at 12%, and people were still buying. It took a little longer to sell a house. Does it sound familiar, except the interest rate's still better? Isn't that incredible? And they were closing down a lot of the naval bases and stuff out in San Diego, so we were really hurting. But he still knew how many doors he needed to do and what he needed to do to get his listings. So he would say, my only job when I get this listing is to get another listing. It's my Vanna time. And I go, well, really? So, because I was his assistant, he wanted to make sure he showed me how this worked. So I'm going to give you his formula. He said it took him 4 visits to get deals out of that area. And I'm going to tell you what his 4 visits were, and I will forward the spiels, how they work as well, but you can take notes right now. His first one, as soon as he took the listing, he would undress himself. Okay? So he'd actually take off his name badge, put in his briefcase into the car, and grab a stack of cards and stick them into his pocket. So now he was incognito. No one knew he was what? A real estate agent. He would knock the doors of the block that he just listed the property in, and it would sound something like this. He'd knock. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I just wanted to let you know that I've listed the house down the street. Now, by the way, they opened the door every time for him because he didn't have anything in his hands, nor a name badge. So they always thought he needed what? Help, or he needed some information. And they'd always open up. It was the most amazing thing. And he'd go, knock, 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 just wanted to let you know that I've listed the house down the street. And look at him and go, oh my God. We're going to be working on it, getting them ready for the open houses. So you may see some unusual people coming and going, but if anything makes you feel weird, please give me a call. Here's my card. He'd hand him his card. That was number 1, how he introduced himself. Now they had the card, they think that he's friend, and he's not selling them something, correct? He was just notifying them that they're going to be doing work on the house for the next couple of weeks, 4 weeks.